Ladies and gentlemen, you got a problem in Los Angeles, and it's with the Los Angeles Lakers. Make no mistake about it. When LeBron was in Miami, Pat Riley got him the pieces that he needed. When LeBron James was in Cleveland, David Griffin got him the pieces that he needed. LeBron James is in L.A. right now, and Magic Johnson is going to have a very difficult time. We know, or we believe, that eventually Anthony Davis is going to be there. I suspected that the Pelicans were not going to cooperate. I still believe that, Max. There's still a day to go. I understand it. But I don't believe that Anthony Davis is going to end up with the Los Angeles Lakers before tomorrow's NBA trading deadline expires. What does that do? That now transitions you to the summertime. So what do we have? We have a Knicks squad with cap space for 2 max players and rumors of Kyrie and Kevin Durant. We've got the Boston Celtics, who are always a threat because of the options that Danny Ainge has available to him. We have the Brooklyn Nets, who we can't ignore, who's got some young players. They're a 500 ball club. They're planning on having a space for 2 max players. We have the Los Angeles Clippers, who, by the way, are better than the Lakers at this particular juncture. Obviously, LeBron James being hurt for 17 games has everything to do with that. Jalen Rose talking about me on Get Up this morning, but left out LeBron James missing 17 games. But that's a story for another day. Here's the point. If you're the Clippers, what are you doing? You've got the Lakers going after chasing one player. You have the Clippers creating cap space and building a young squad led by Jerry West, like you said, along with Frank and Doc Rivers and all of those boys, to build a team. So when you look at it from that perspective, and you look at guys with the personalities of a Kevin Durant, the personalities of a Kawhi Leonard, the personalities of an Anthony Davis, who wouldn't mind at all being in L.A. for the Clippers as opposed to the Lakers? Yep. If you are LeBron and Magic, you cannot end up empty-handed, even though it's plausible that you might. Because remember, when Anthony Davis comes out assuming that Rich Paul and Clutch Sports were telling the truth and will give them the benefit of the doubt, the Clippers were one of the teams on the list that Anthony Davis would re-up with long-term. So, again, the objective doesn't appear to be to get to the Lakers. It appears to be to get to L.A. And if the Clippers are in a position to pull it off, and everything tells us they are in terms of young talent, picks, and now cap space, it is plausible that the Lakers could end up empty-handed. And we know this about these Lakers. They ain't winning no championship as presently constructed. I don't believe that LeBron James, despite the fact that he's got his 3 championships, his 9 NBA Finals appearances, universally recognized the greatest player in the world, the biggest sports iconic figure, blah, blah, blah. LeBron James, as he articulated months ago, declared, you know what? Oh, yeah, you don't want to be around me when my patience wears thin, because it can. Well, that will definitely rake his nerves.
Let me explain what's going on here. I don't think he regrets going to the Lakers.
I didn't say he does. I said he could.
I think this is what's going on here. I disagree that Cleveland got him what he needed. The reason he selected Cleveland, when LeBron went to Cleveland, the reason he selected Cleveland is because they already had Kyrie Irving, and they were going to select first in that draft, and they drafted Wiggins, who he realized could fetch them Kevin Love. So before he even made that decision, he knew he was going to be playing with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. That's not really getting him what he needs. It's already having what he needs, give or take.
I mean, Griffin had to get on the phone and talk with Minnesota to pull it off.
But my,
that's all I'm saying.
A 10-year-old could have done that.
No.
I'll give you Wiggins for Kevin Love. How hard is that?
You need to deal with some NBA executives a bit more, because they could be a pain in the butt.
I understand what you mean, but in this case, I disagree. I think it was pretty straightforward. LeBron looked into Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love. I'll have that before he even got there. They didn't really get him anything he needed after that to put him over the top. He never wanted. He only wanted that one championship, and when Golden State got better, they were unable to get better. So I think what's happening in L.A. is this. Really, when you look at it, they don't have Kyrie or Kevin Love, and the reason is the Lakers had bad drafts when they drafted at the top of the draft. There's no other way to say it. In the era of one-and-dones, you wind up with D'Angelo Russell, number 2 overall, who's finally an all-star, but not the centerpiece of a team, really. Lonzo Ball, right, when you could have had De'Aaron Fox or Jason Tatum. Mm-hmm. And then Brandon Ingram, when you could have had, let's say, Kristaps Porzingis, right?
Yeah.
Those situations, or was that D'Angelo Russell draft where you could have had Kristaps Porzingis?
I think it is the Russell draft.
Yeah, yes. The point is, when you continually miss at the top of the draft, you don't have what you need. either to develop along with LeBron or as trade value to get something for him to play with. Now, I understand it's a little unfair to Lonzo and Ingram because in this era of one-and-dones, they're so young still. They may turn out to be good, but not on the timeline that LeBron needs. They're not Jason Tatum good or De'Aaron Fox good even, who are their same age, give or take, right? Mm-hmm. So because they misidentified the premium talent, or at least the guys who could develop quickly enough to be worth something, LeBron's in a situation right now where they may not get their man. Does that mean he regrets playing in L.A.? Stephen A., it's too early to say. It may be if they can't get a deal done that they're better off. That these guys develop into something and they just sign a free agent.
Well, like I said, when Molly asked the question, my words were, it could end up being a regret if nothing gets done now and nothing gets done this summer. And all of those stars that we mentioned end up going elsewhere, particularly if two of them go to the Clippers. That's what I was saying. Number two, in terms of your draft, what you brought out about D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah.
Kristaps Porzingis at 4th. Devin Booker at 13.
At 13. Now, they've done a great job in the second round, at the end of the first round, Kuzma, guys like that. But not at the premium blue chip talent so far they've missed. If it turns out that Ball and Ingram develop into something and they can't move them, maybe LeBron will be happy in the end.
Last sentence, bottom line. LeBron has no regrets if LeBron doesn't care about winning a championship. That he went to L.A. to enjoy his life and just go about his business. Yep. If LeBron doesn't care about winning championships, then there are no regrets.
Yeah.
But if he came there to win a championship this summer, if they end up with nothing, and they end up with nothing before this trading deadline, by the time this trading deadline expires tomorrow, it's a problem.